good with the fight fans, man? It's Kijana back with some fight predictions this week. UFC 253, Adesanya versus Costa. Everybody's been looking forward to this fight. Everybody's been talking about this fight for quite some time now. And talking about the beef and shit and how these guys don't really like each other. I don't think it's really too much beef, honestly. I think it was really just to sell the fight more. And they definitely did, man, because I'm excited to watch it. I'm super excited to watch the Dominic Reyes versus Jan Blachowicz. Alexa Kamur versus William Knight should be a good one. Jake Matthews versus Diego Sanchez. I don't know why Diego is even still fighting. Dana White's talking about, like, he needs to have a talk with fucking Donald Cerrone about retiring. No, he needs to have a talk with fucking Diego Sanchez about retiring, because this guy, I feel like he's been in the UFC too long. Like, Diego's cool. He's a cool fighter. Seems like he's a cool dude. But, man, there's a time, dude. There's a time for everybody. Yeah, I like Diego Sanchez, but I'm not really excited to watch him fight anymore. I don't want to see him get fucked up in there. I mean, like, especially when it's like me watching Anderson Silva, like, when he, towards the end of his career, kind of like in the UFC. I know he still has like one fight left before he retires, but it's like I wanted Anderson Silva to retire on top. I didn't want to see him just get fucked up, basically, like, you know. And ever since the Chris Weidman fight, he just was never the same. But he was already kind of getting old during that time. But I'm going off topic right now. I came in 5th place on DraftKings this last week. I'm going to put my winnings at the end of this video and at the end of the next video, because I'm going to do the prelim picks on one video and then the main card picks on the other, like I've been doing. The upload's way smoother. And the videos just come out a little bit better, so I enjoy that. The only fight I was wrong on for last week was Jessica Rose Clark. She surprised me. She really surprised me, honestly. Her Muay Thai looked phenomenal. I felt bad for the other chick. They should have called the fight. Her whole face was just bashed in. Her nose was broken, bloody mess. Looked like a fucking horror movie in there. That chick, she was 3 steps behind. She was super slow and she looked out of shape. She shouldn't even have been in there, honestly. Yeah, I don't know about that fight. I feel like they just gave Jessica Rose Clark a fight just to build her name up some more, and it definitely worked. But I felt bad for that chick for sure. Okay, I'm gonna jump straight into it. So these early prelims: Khadis Ibragimov versus Danilo Marquez. Khadis Ibragimov is 8-3, and Danilo Marquez is 9-2. Khadis Ibragimov, he's 0-3 in the UFC, man. He got knocked out in his last fight very bad in the first round, and I just can't trust his chin. Excuse me. He's a decorated kickboxer, but at the same time, like, he has a lot of kickboxing experience, but the people that he was fighting just weren't really that great of fighters. I went back and watched some of it, and I'm like, man, these guys didn't even have good records or anything like that. Danilo Marquez, he has 4 sub wins, 4 KO wins. One KO loss. He's on a 2-fight win streak. He's making his debut, so this is gonna be interesting. He's gonna come in hungry. Everybody usually does come in hungry on their debut fights. Yeah, something's telling me to pick Danilo Marquez, but at the same time, something's telling me Khadis might get his first win in the UFC, even if it's a split decision win. But I'm gonna roll with my gut. I'm gonna roll with Danilo Marquez on this one. I can't pick Khadis. He's lost me money before, and he just doesn't seem like he's a great fighter. He doesn't seem like he should be in the UFC. Honestly, I would say like 20 to 25% of the UFC roster needs to be cut. Like, it's cool that they're doing the Contender Series and they're getting all these people and they're trying to hype it up more and get the UFC bigger, but it's like, dude, there's a lot of these people in the UFC that are straight bums. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest, they're bums. Like, I don't know. I don't want to knock anybody, but at the same time, like, don't sign everybody. Don't sign everybody. Then it's not special anymore. You're signing everybody. Like, it's not gonna be special when you're just signing every fucking person. Like, I want to see the cream of the crop. I want to see, like, I would rather there only be 200 fighters in the UFC than 1,000. I would rather be 200 really legit fighters, like 200 just Spartans, than 1,000 fucking just bums. Like, come on, man. They need to do a better job with that, honestly. But anyways, I'm going off topic again. I'm rolling with Danilo Marquez. Next fight, Juan Espinino versus Jeff Hughes. Juan Espinino, man. El Guapo versus, I can't remember that other dude's name. But Jeff Hughes is 10-3. Juan Espino's 9-1. Espino's making his debut. And he has 6 submission victories, 1 KO win, 1 KO loss. He's on a 7-fight win streak. He has straight arm lock wins, rear naked choke wins, arm triangle choke wins, Kimura wins, guillotine choke wins. This guy's super versatile on the ground, and he's a heavyweight doing this. He reminds me of Frank Mir a little bit, dude. I love this. I love the heavyweights that are actually like strategic. They don't just come in and like, it's cool to come in and just try to knock you out like Ngannou does to people, but it's cool when you see somebody that's actually trying to have a chess battle with you in there and out grapples you. A lot of heavyweights are good with grappling and are decent with grappling and good with takedowns and stuff and ground and pound, but you don't see too many heavyweights that can just submit you. This guy has really good submission skills. Jeff Hughes, man, he has not had a really good run in the UFC lately. AKA lights out. He's fucking 0-3 in the UFC. He's won his Dana White Contender Series versus Josh Alpelt. And then he has 2 losses, one by Rafael Paseo in his last fight by decision, a no contest to Todd Duffy, which was an accidental eye poke, and then Maurice Green split decision. So he's just had really bad luck since being in the UFC. I'm going to roll with Juan Espino on this one. I think he'll get the job done. I think he'll get a submission victory, honestly. Next fight, we're on to the prelims. William Knight versus Alexa Kamur. I'm rocking with Alexa Kamur on this one. He's 6-0. William Knight's 8-1. He's been TKO'd 1 time. William Knight's making his debut. Alexa Kamur looked pretty good on his first fight versus Justin Ledet. Actually looked really good. He had good footwork. He's well-rounded. Yeah, this other dude, William Knight, he beat Cody Brundage on Dana White's Contender Series. I didn't watch that, but elbows and punches, maybe I'll have to go back and watch that. His only loss was to Tafun Nuchiwi in CFFC back in 2019. But he just fought in September 1st, 2020, so I mean, he's more recent than Alexa Kamur. Alexa Kamur hasn't fought since January 18th, 2020. Damn, that was on my birthday, so I'm going to roll with Alexa Kamur, man. Something's telling me to pick him. Something's telling me he's going to get a first or second round win. He has more output than the other guy, William Knight. William Knight seems like he's more of a Derek Lewis type of dude where he just waits, counters on you with a big right hand or big left hand, and then fucking... I didn't watch too much tape on him, so I'm not going to act like I know too much about him, but that's just what he seems like. He's stocky. Alexa Kamur has a 1-inch reach advantage. He's 6'1", and William Knight's 5'10", so that's going to play a factor. And Alexa Kamur just seems really athletic for that division, so I'm going to roll with him. I feel like he's going to win. Next fight, Shane Young versus Nate Landwehr. Nate Landwehr is no longer fighting. He tested positive for COVID, so he's fighting Ludovic Klein. I don't know anything about Ludovic Klein, but I was going to pick Shane Young versus Nate Landwehr because Nate Landwehr's not really that great of a fighter. He thought that he had the best performance of his life in his fucking last fight, and it really wasn't. But Shane Young, he is 2-1 in the UFC. His debut was versus Alexander Volkanovski, if you can believe that. He beat Rolando Dai by TKO, and he beat Austin Arnett by decision, which both those performances were good. Shane Young has 4 submission wins, 6 KO wins, so he's a finisher, dude. He only has 4 decision losses. He's good. Dude's fucking good. A lot of people were talking shit about him, saying he wasn't that good. Shane Young's pretty good, dude. He's a well-rounded fighter. He's young, up and coming fighter. And he's durable. You can see as he only has 4 decision losses. He's never been knocked out or submitted. So, Ludovic Klein, I don't know anything about him. Let me look at his record real quick and see what he's all about. 16-2, 7 KO wins, 8 sub wins, 1 KO loss, 1 sub loss. Dude's on a fucking 7-fight win streak. His last loss was in 2017 in Cage Warriors by rear naked choke in the first round. This guy seems like he's pretty fucking good. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of his tape because I don't want to steer you guys in the wrong direction. I try to give you guys my most honest picks. But for the most part, for right now, I'm gonna roll with Shane Young because I know more about him, and I feel like he's pretty legit. And the other guy's gonna be coming in on a week's notice. So for that reason, I'm gonna roll with Shane Young. Next fight, Diego Sanchez versus Jake Matthews. Diego the Nightmare Sanchez, dude. I cannot believe this guy is still fighting. 14 years or 15 years? I can't remember. It's one of those. I want to say it's 14 years. I could be wrong. Anyway, the Nightmare, dude, a legend. 10 KO wins, 6 sub wins, 13 decision wins, 4 KO losses, 8 decision losses. He beat Michel Pereira in his last fight, but did he really beat Michel Pereira? Did he really beat him? He didn't beat him. He was getting his fucking ass handed to him. It was a disqualification. Michel Pereira just got caught up in the moment and did an illegal knee and didn't even realize it. A lot of these fighters they're not trying to do that. It's kind of a natural reaction to when you're in a fight. Like, it's just a natural reaction. He tried to ease up too when he did it, but it still got through and it fucked Diego Sanchez up supposedly. I felt like he got an easy payday on that one. He knew he was losing. He knew he wasn't gonna get his win bonus, and then he took the money. It was kind of a pussy move, honestly. I wasn't feeling that because I really think there was only like a minute or two left in the fight. I don't know. That kind of made me not like Diego Sanchez. I know why he did it because he was doing it for the money, but at the same time, it made me not like him. Because Diego Sanchez is known as like a gritty fighter, one of those fighters that'll do anything. He'll go through anything, and just that, like, he doesn't seem like the same guy. Diego Sanchez seems like almost like he's like a clone or something of himself. Like he's like a shell of his former self. And I mean, he's old, but at the same time, like, he just doesn't seem like the same person. He seems like he has some serious mental problems. I don't want to talk down on Diego Sanchez because I'm actually a big fan of him. I've been a big fan of Diego Sanchez, but he's not the smartest fighter. He takes a lot of fucking damage. He doesn't keep his hands up all the time. He's got a really weird fucking style. When he came into Michel, he didn't have a weird style when he first came to the UFC. He was just a brawler when he first came in. But now it seems like he's like adapting a different type of style, and he has weird coaches in his corner. I think it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Diego Sanchez other than that he needs to fucking retire, dude. No one wants to watch him fight anymore. In my own opinion, I don't want to watch him fight anymore. I don't know if any of you want to watch him fight anymore. I don't like watching Diego fight anymore. I don't like watching old men fight anymore. If I want to watch some old men fight, I'll go to a bar down the street and fucking watch some old people get into it or some shit. I don't know. But I don't want to watch that shit. I'm rocking with Jake Matthews all the way. Jake Matthews is going to beat him. He's going to dominate him. I thought Mickey Gall was going to dominate Diego Sanchez, and he didn't. He used his wrestling. But Jake Matthews has got a bigger body frame. He's 16-4. He's hungry. He hasn't looked the greatest, a.k.a. the Celtic Kid. He hasn't looked the greatest in some of his last performances. He's looked a little sluggish, honestly. 7 sub wins, 4 KO wins. He beat Emil Meek on his last fight and Rostim Akman in the fight before that. He lost to Anthony Rocco Martin in round 3 by Anaconda choke, though. So that's... but everybody that this guy's fought, he's fought Li Jingliang, Bojan Velkovic, Kevin Lee, James Vick. This guy's fought a lot of fucking good fighters. Yeah, man, I'm gonna rock with him. Not saying that Diego Sanchez hasn't fought good fighters, because he has too, but I just can't pick Diego, man. That last fight really just steered me clear of like even watching him fight. I probably won't even watch this fight, honestly, because I'm just not like, I'm a fan of Diego, but at the same time it made me not a fan of him. But yeah, man, I'm rocking with Jake Matthews all the way. He's a huge fucking favorite. Some people might even pick Diego Sanchez on this one because he's like a minus 700 or some crazy shit. Diego Sanchez is like a plus 600, plus 650. So, I mean, if you want to pick a dog, rock with Diego, but I'm not rocking with him. I'm not at all. Next fight, Brad Riddell, man. 8-1 record versus Alex De Silva Cola. Brad Riddell's a fucking beast, man. I talked about it in some of my previous videos when he fought the Monk back in his Muay Thai kickboxing days, and the Monk was just letting him hit him in the fucking face. And the dude wasn't going to sleep, and he was hitting him with everything he had. But this dude right here, De Silva, he is, what is he, 1-1 in the UFC? Yeah, he's 1-1 in the UFC. He lost to Alexander Yakovlevich by guillotine choke on his debut, and then he beat Rodrigo Vargas by UD in his last fight back in 2019 of August. Brad Riddell, he's a beast, savage, fucking savage, dude. He's a warrior at heart. He's fighting out of New Zealand, he's fighting where everybody, Adesanya and all these other guys are fighting from, so you know he's training well. He does have a height disadvantage by an inch, and he has a reach disadvantage by 2 inches, but this guy doesn't stop. He doesn't quit. He's just he's a warrior, dude. A ton of heart, hits hard, very good Muay Thai and kickboxing. He's a pretty well-rounded fighter. I like Brad Riddell in this one. Good cardio, aka Quake. 5 KO wins. Doesn't have any submission wins. That's interesting. But at the same time, it's not, because he really relies more on his kickboxing and his Muay Thai. But I'm rocking with Riddell on this one. Alex Da Silva is good though. He's not a bad fighter, but I think Riddell is just gonna overwhelm him. I think he's gonna have better cardio. I think he's gonna have higher output. He's just gonna be the better fighter in this fight. So I'm rocking with Brad Riddell, and he has a fucking chin, dude. He can take a punch. So yeah, man, I'm gonna, man, nobody fucking entered the contest for the winnings or whatever, so I'm gonna have to do another contest, and I'll explain that again in my next video. But yeah, nobody entered it. If there would have been just one person that entered the contest, they would have been the one person going against nobody else, and they would have won some cool prizes. So yeah, make sure you guys, I'll talk about it in the next one, but make sure you guys enter for the giveaway and shit. I wanted to do a giveaway for everybody. So yeah, those are my prelim picks. I'm gonna drop my next video in a minute, so you guys make sure you enjoy your day, enjoy the fights.